This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Gary Risponi, and today you see I'm by myself, but everybody I know that's been partners, I want to thank y'all for being here. I want to dedicate this show to the old-timers that have been with us since we first started 20-something years ago. And I'm talking about Joe McAloose, the original partner, Don Dubuque. All those people taught me a lot. I had John Jackson here. At one time, he was a little competition, but John had really helped when we first got started about cameras and what to do. And then all the TV stations that helped us. So I want to thank y'all. And then we got the people that came in and off and always been part, like Chef KD and other shows that came on our show and talked to us. Bless his soul. I keep on casting. He was just, if I know, he was just an amazing guy. He shared anything he had, and they missed. So, and I told when we first started this show, 20-something years ago, we're going to be almost 30. We used to watch Bob Scarce on Thursday nights. He ain't had him but 90 seconds. He'd give a fishing report. He'd give you where he went on a bird hunt, whether he was at Old River a lot of times catching sac-a-lait, crappie. Me and Joe sort of modeled that off, but it also the show modeled the outdoor section of the paper, Morning Advocate, with Joe is a legend. He's in the Hall of Fame. So I just want to give a shout out. I'm still grateful. I'm still hanging in there. All the sponsors that have been with me, I got a few of them I'm supposed to talk to the next couple of weeks. We're going to see if we can ride it out to the sunset. So stay tuned. This week, we're going to visit Chaz again. Dockside TV, Chaz, his reports are just unbelievable. I wish I could use it more. And I wish my show was like it used to be, 1 hour long. And that fishing report is very popular. The only thing probably keeping us on the air. So thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned. We're over here with Marty Campbell. We're trying to give you the best show we can. Pelican Sports TV. We'll be right back.
Peyton Murphy.
I trust him.
Very respectful.
Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
New Berkley Fireline Ultra 8. It's rounder, smoother, and 4 times more abrasion resistant than original Fireline. Expect 10% longer casts and curve, not straight.
And you thought Fireline couldn't get any better.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Peyton Murphy. I trust him.
Very respectful.
Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
All right, that's a good one right there. Got that pinfish X-shad on there. That's a really good big trout bait. Big trout love eating pinfish. But we're just moving all over different canal systems today with that water temperature getting down in the 50s, and we're finding these pretty trout everywhere we go. That's a good one. All right, guys, we've been fishing up here in Lakeshore a lot this year, as you saw in some earlier episodes, throwing hard baits up tight to the grass. My buddy's got one on right now. Little rascal. Yeah, baby. That's a good one. That's a good one there.
Got the dogs excited on that one.
You got pups? That's a nice one there, huh? Huh? Seven, you all wet. You all wet. Look at that beautiful, beautiful fish. I was kind of just trolling. We ain't had a bite in a few minutes. So I just put that trolling motor on like 1.7, let all my line off the reel, and just start dragging it behind the boat. That's a good way to relocate them.
They're little, knocking the piss out of it. We ain't that small. That's a little better one.
Come on,
get past the little one, you get the all right, there we go. That's what we're talking about, folks.
I think his is a little bit bigger than mine. His could probably eat mine. Mine's going back. His is going in the box. So what we're doing right now is just, instead of focusing up tight to the banks like we showed in a bunch of fall time episodes, where and as we get into the winter time, they get off the banks and they get in the deeper parts of the canal, and you just basically want to use your charts and your graphs, find some bait on the bottom. They could be anywhere. They could be dead in the middle. They could be off some points, but all official. They'll use this in the winter when we get big cold fronts in the lake. We get big cold fronts in the lake. When the lake gets real dirty, this area stays crystal clear. Barrett's got another one on right now. We found them pretty schooled up right here.
There you go.
And they all shapes and sizes. Back to back little rascal, but they got them up to 2 and 3, 4 pounds back here too. But you want to fish a lot of deep water this time of year. Water temperatures are in the 50s. So these fish, fishing 15 to 20 foot of water what you're looking for, and it takes a minute to get that lure all the way down to the bottom in that real deep water. So make sure when you cast it out, you wait a ways, or wait a little while before you start popping it. Let it settle all the way to the bottom, as we got another double up. I missed mine. You got a keeper?
No,
Yeah, he's good here. Flip him right here. Oh,
quick release.
there goes another one. The pups are happy when the fish are biting this quick.
I just let that one sit on the bottom and drug it a couple times.
There he is. I mean, these fish are just ganged up in here, and they should stay in here all winter. Great place to hide from cold fronts. Let's see if we can get some keepers in the boat. There he is. Double trouble. There's a keeper. Hold on, Simba. Whoa, Simba. Whoa, Simba. What a nice one. What I'm using right now, we call this the pinfish. And it's a neck shad. It looks just like a little pinfish. Pinfish is a common forage for speckled trout. It's got hand painted, beautiful purples and yellows in there. Looks like a real fish, and these little trout are gobbling it up. So here's your technique right here. You just bomb it out there. I'm probably throwing it about 10 foot. The boat's sitting at about 20. So I'm gonna give it a good 10 count before it hits the bottom. And then you can just lightly dribble it in if you want. Jeez, these fish are in here like piranhas today. What I was gonna say is you can just lightly dribble it in, or you can pop it hard, the Pontchartrain pop, whatever you feel more comfortable with. But there is a lot of these specks down there right now, as Barrett has one on again. I mean, they're not letting us pop it very much without a bite. Another pretty fish. Let me get right back out there, as it's every single cast right now. So right now we got this canal that's meeting the main lagoon back here. So it's going from like 10 foot down to like 25 foot. And that's where they are right now, but they can get anywhere in here. Here's a pretty one. That's the size we're looking for. And that's what they all, back here, they're all shapes and sizes. We're dealing with some throwbacks, but they got some mules back here too, chomping on that Matrix X shad. We'll put him in the box. But one of the best things when I find them ganged up in the winter, and this is close to home and it can handle any kind of weather situation, this is a great place to bring the kids fishing when they're ganged up like this. Or if they're not, like I said, you can troll back here, and that's real easy for a kid to do. All I got to do is just hold the pole, trolling, and with these deep canals like this, it's just a really easy place to troll. I just got tattooed. Let me make one more cast here. As I'm just throwing it up, I'm trying to throw where that shallower water, shallower as in like 10 foot, is meeting this 20 foot, and that's where they're hanging out. Another good technique when these fish aren't really piled up like they are today and they're spread out, you just simply troll up and down here, trolling that bait. You just using the engine to drag it. That's very effective, and it covers a lot of water. But when you find them all ganged up in one spot, you definitely want to just do your typical cast and retrieve method, because you can catch so many fish one after the other. Where trolling's better for when they're really spread out. I'm just letting it get down to the bottom and doing a little pop, 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 pause, let it settle back to the bottom. Pop, 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 pause. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh wow, this, I don't know what this is. Maybe I might have him foul hooked. This one's definitely got a lot more weight than the others, but I'm not feeling a head shake. So I got a feeling this trout came and attacked it, and he got hooked in the side. Yep, exactly what I thought. Whenever they do that, you're pulling them in from such a strange angle that it just feels like total dead weight. And whenever you're hooking a lot of fish like that in the side, it really just shows you how many fish are really down there. Big schools when you're hooking several in the side. But all these canal systems, Gohagen's Canal, Eden Isles, Lakeshore Estates, they got some over by the Chef, the bypass, stuff that's man-made with anywhere from 10 to 20 foot of water, 30 foot of water. That's some really great places to fish in the wintertime, especially right after a cold front. Missed that. What'll happen is, you know, when that lake gets real dirty after a big front, or it gets below 55 degrees, you'll quit catching them on the bridge.
Peyton Murphy. I trust him.
Very respectful. Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
I've been asking him to change the oil for months now, and he never did. So I finally just went to Benny's. They even washed my car for free. Uh-huh. And you know what? It was amazing. Yeah, I left Benny's and got home before Rob even knew I was gone.
Benny? Who the heck is Benny?
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
New Berkeley Fireline Ultra 8. It's rounder, smoother, and 4 times more abrasion resistant than original Fireline. Expect 10% longer casts and superb knot strength.
And you thought Fireline couldn't get any better.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, for lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
Peyton Murphy. I trust him.
Very respectful. Very professional.
Reliable.
Very knowledgeable.
You can't ask for nothing better than that.
Choosing the right lawyer is an important decision. Visit murphylawfirm.com or call me, Attorney Peyton Murphy, 928-8800.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. We're going to jump around right now on this Berkeley Abu Garcia fishing report. We got some news items, and they're all coming over. Last week, being a computer illiterate, and I didn't get to Chris what John and them had. We had some pictures of John, so we got a whole year coming up. And before John gets on the air, we'll probably bring him back here. And I want y'all to, I wanted to pick out some of the best scenes I've watched over the years. And we thought, John, we had a glitch some kind of way. We've been having trouble. I've been having trouble with my computer. So, we'll bring it to you now. We're gonna start off now with a little news that's real important to me and everybody else. We got the one-man shoot we do every year. It's for prostate cancer research. It's going to be April the 5th. That's a Saturday. They didn't mention, but every year it's been in Riverside Sporting Clays over there in Watson. You can go to their website. You can get in Dr. Oliver Soda from Tulane. That's where it benefits the Tulane prostate research. And Mary Bird Perkins. So that's all them people. It's been going on for years. One of this food, prizes, raffle. Some of them contests, they got shooting contests you just wouldn't believe. And there's a live and live auction and also silent auctions going on. So remember that. That's April 5th. I'm gonna get them and see what other news I got. I'm starting to get some fishing reports from Toledo Bend, thanks to Bryce and them, and Jason. Jason's over there with Living the Dream, and they're sending a lot of reports, so I'm going to read them off right now. But one is about 2 weeks old. My good friend, Dwayne Chapman, Toledo Bend crappie, he said him and his wife, grandson Travis, they were fishing jigs on the carp, and they were close. It was just unbelievable. They weren't that far down. They were slow fishing Toledo Bend. That's 2 weeks ago now. So Toledo Bend is another one hot. And the other one is coming from Living the Dream, Toledo Bend. The fish are scattered, but they finding them. The water is up. They've been having a few rains. They're moving things around, but they've been able to find them, but they had to check it out. Now, I say Bryce getting a great report right now. First off, we're going to talk to you in case y'all want to visit. They got the Combat Marine Outdoors, all the veterans they take when they're fishing. It's going to be April 4th, 5th, and 6th out at Darborn Lake. Bryce and Jason will be there. We'll be trying to get some video and some stories about it. The crappie are moving up in the shallow water at Darborn. The Crappie Masters tournament was there last week, and the biggest crappie was over 3 pounds. So, said lots of fish are being caught. They fishing about 16 inches to 2 foot under carp. Now, it said the last 9 days, Bryce has been averaging about 50 fish a trip. All right, and that's them. By the way, I'm going to go back to that picture Dwayne Chapman. His wife was holding over a 5-pound bass she caught on a jig. Toledo Bend, the Living the Dream is like you said, to go to Lake Country and see whatever I tell you, go to their website. This ain't a first-hand report, but a friend of mine was over there and they fish out of Cocoa Marina. Tommy Pellegrin and them captains, they are slaughtering. They catching a lot of other kind of fish, but they are slaughtering sheephead. I mean, good fish. Now, one of my favorite pictures, one of my favorite people, John Mushmack. He's a legend. Used to be an outdoor writer, photographer. He's been at all the state championship games since I can remember. Here's one of his One of his great-granddaughters, Kobe, is fishing a pond, and look at this fish in that boat. John, you do my heart good. And he called and told me he remembers we're talking about sheephead, and we also talking about drum. Somebody gave me a recipe, and I shared it with John and his wife one time, but you take that sheephead or that drum, and you fillet it, and you put them in a cheesecloth or anything, and you put crab ball, not loose, and you boil them. KD does a little different. He put it in skillets and whitens it up. Looks like crab meat. And then you make just like you do crab meat at gratin. You talk about good. So we use that recipe. You got to be crazy to throw a sheephead back. Now, another one I got a picture. I couldn't remember where it got run, but Colton Townsend was hunting with John Langwall, beautiful buck for a 10-year-old. I wanted to run that picture again, Chris. And then Duke Landry, I kept trying to send those pictures. They were hunting up in Arkansas, and it's a great picture, Duke. He had green heads hanging in the tree, and his dog Hank. It was a good picture. I gave y'all that report. Then the hunting season, they did good. Right now, we got friends all over the country, turkey hunting and everything else. I remember Jason said that he was going to be going to Kentucky in the spring. You know, the only thing bad about turkey hunting in the spring when you start heading up there in Oklahoma and Kansas and them tornadoes. We just had a pretty good 70-mile-an-hour wind at the airport this morning on Monday. I think that's it. I'm going to make sure. One-man shoot, we got all that coming up. Be sure and go fishing. Cocodrie, Venice. You go to Facebook and see all the Venice captains, all the people over there in the Island Marina, all my captains down there. Mike Brantley and his daddy and them captains, it's just unbelievable. Hey, just call them. Call one of the marinas down there and ask them. Ask them if now, one thing they had a little trouble getting live shrimp, but that ain't a problem down there with a Grand Isle. Buggy and them, everybody I know talk to, are doing tremendous. Been some bad weather. Pray keep them tornadoes away. God bless Louisiana. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is also brought to you by Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, IMCO, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.